All right, we're in Petersburg, West Virginia today. We're checking out Fort Mulligan. This was a Civil War fort built in 1863 to protect the south branch of the Potomac River. I'll take a little walk around and show you the fortifications and some of the other neat little things that's inside this little park. All righty, this cannon here is facing out towards the area they would generally protect. This is called a parrot rifle. I'll let you stop and pause and read about that a little bit. These cannons here are faced out this way. You can see the gap in the valley where I think a lot of the Confederate forces were probably coming through. It was faced that way to protect. I'm not sure if these earthworks were rebuilt or if this is the remains of the original fort or not. I would imagine these are remains because they're not that spectacular. There's not really a lot to them. And I would guess that maybe up here there's some sort of barricade built that's long since gone, made of wood. All right, coming up the hill here, there's another cannon faced right at me. Well, it would be a menacing sight if you were an opposing force. So coming up through here, that little lip for that earthwork remains. It's about 5.5 to 7 feet tall in places. And a little walkway that goes up through here. I would say this is probably where a gate may have been. All right, so there's a lot of infographs around here, and there's a lot of reading on them. I'm taking pictures of them so I can read them later and kind of get a good idea of what was going on around here. I'm going to do a little slide at the end of this video so you guys can see each of these infographs and get that info for yourself, so stay tuned to the end. All right, there's a little gap in the fortification there. I'm coming around to the backside. This is a lot bigger than I realized it was. We've walked 300 or 400 yards back here now. I think we're coming to the very back side of it and getting ready to loop around to the far side of it. All right, I'm gonna walk up one of these little trails to the top. The back side here where this fortification goes all around is almost like a moat, and it goes down in once you get to the top. This would have been where all the main quarters and stuff were. See out through there, the flag where the front is where we came in. All right, there's a neat wooden fence there, but not old. Just kind of creating a barrier from the giant water tank that's here beside the fort. The Federal Log Cabin. Federal non-commissioned office quarters were of a temporary nature and were coarsely constructed. I took a picture of this so you can read it at the end. I just kind of want to get a synopsis of what this building was meant for. It's blocked off, but you could look inside. It's got like a bed, a lantern, a barrel, and a brick floor. That's pretty neat. Here's something I saw. We're gonna leave it here, but Douglas saw some too in different places. Before this was a fort, I would guess either this land or the dirt from where this land came from was a Native American site, because there's a lot of debitage in the dirt around here. Throw that back down, leave it here. All right. Some type of little dip between hills here. A little sign up here. We got to see what it says. Oh, I think that's a little swampy there, and over there I can hear frogs in that one. That one's actually holding some water. Alrighty. I'll let you read that. We'll pause that. I'll also put a picture of it at the end. That looks like one of those little cabins like we just saw. The headquarters of Mulligan's Irish Brigade at New Creek. A little bit of that there. That's about it. Got a few more things as we head out to look at. All right, the landscape back through there's beautiful. You look at those mountains out through there. There's some rocks showing. We're just about 20 miles down from Seneca Rocks. We got another video of that coming up soon too, so be sure to check that out. You can't go wrong visiting the mountains of West Virginia. It is stunning up here. I'm gonna take a look at this rock. I'm not sure what it is. It doesn't say anything on it. I have to go back and look at those infographs and see if there's some kind of significance to this rock, because it's the only thing out through here other than the fortifications and all the signs. All right, this is the backside of the cannon that we were looking at earlier when I said that's a menacing sight to see. This sign here says that they stuck this cannon here because of that indentation in the ground. They knew that there was one here before. These cannons are all replicas. We'll pause and you can read that, a little bit of information about this, and it's kind of neat how archaeologists know where things were just off of little erosions and stuff like that in the area. Pretty cool. Alrighty, there's a true Confederate flag. And we'll get a video of the true American flag at the time here in just a second. Alrighty, and there's a time period accurate version of the American flag. Alright, there's both of them with these infographs down here. We're going to do that little slideshow of the infographs now so you guys can pause and read all the information about the fort before we head out. Alrighty, that's our little walking tour of Fort Mulligan in Petersburg, West Virginia. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to like and subscribe to the page. We'll see you next time.